What if I told you that running late one day actually saved me from getting robbed at gunpoint? And not just me, my contractor and his grandson who works with them also. This was a moment that could have changed everything for me in real estate. It all went down back in March 2008. I was making my usual Friday rounds, dropping off payments to my contractors. I started out in Baltimore, then I was headed up to Harrisburg, PA, where I had a couple of rehab projects going on. My plan was to get to Harrisburg around noon, which would be perfect timing for my contractor to go cash his check on his lunch break.
My first check.
But traffic had other plans, so I got delayed. When I finally arrived, I see a police car pulling off and my contractor standing in the middle of the street. So my contractor runs up to my truck and says, "Man, I wish you were here 30 minutes ago." I look at him like, "Why? What happened?" He says, "I just got robbed." So me, I'm looking like, wait, what? My contractor tells me that two guys came through the front door with their guns drawn and demanded their wallets. So I'm like, but how did they get in? My contractor's grandson was upstairs working on the back patio, and some guys walking through the back alley started making small talk. So they asked him, "Hey, did you just move in?" He goes, "No, I'm just working here." That's all they needed to hear.
Man, I'm proud of him.
Let's rob that nigga, man.
They were casing the place. A few minutes later, they circled back around the block, walked through the unlocked front door, and pulled out their guns. I couldn't believe it. If I hadn't been late, I would have walked right into that house, right in the middle of an armed robbery. And not only that, shit, nobody would have gotten paid that day except the robbers.
Hell yeah. Got about $200, huh, D-Buck?
I got about $200.
So I asked my contractor, "Did they take your tools also?" Luckily, no, just wallets and cash. But from that day on, he started carrying his firearm while working in the city. But this is why I have always told my contractors to lock the doors and be aware of your surroundings. When you're flipping houses in certain areas, security is everything. Some key takeaways from this lesson. Number one, always keep the doors locked when working on a house. Number two, be mindful of people scouting out the property. If you're in a rough neighborhood, you got to take extra precautions. Whether that means a security camera, a firearm if legal, or simply just having more people on the site. This was one of the scariest close calls earlier in my real estate career, but trust me, I have plenty more horror stories to tell. Comment below if you've ever had a crazy experience while working on a property. And if you appreciate real estate stories, make sure you subscribe for more behind the scenes chaos of flipping houses.